I just hopped off a webinar earlier today for agents around the country looking to create better systems and infrastructure in their business. And I thought back to all of the different conferences and webinars and trainings that I've attended this year. Truthfully, I've invested a lot of money in the five figures in coaching and training and webinars and all sorts of different seminars across the country. And I kept thinking, I just thought back today, did a reflection on all of the different events that I've been to this year. And one of the most heavily discussed topics in each of these conferences, and a lot of these are completely different coaching organizations and entities that presumably do not talk to one another on a consistent basis. And one topic that comes up almost more than anything else is the topic of automation. And in 2022, I truly believe that whether you are a solo agent, whether you're on a team, whether you're leading a team, or somewhere in between any of those three phases, if you're looking to grow your business in 2022, look to automation to help you sell more homes, because the automation is going to enable you to help more families in the same amount of time. And sometimes even for a lot of us, it's going to help us serve more families in less time in 2022. So what does the automated agent look like? And by the way, when I say automation, you have to understand not everything can be 100% fully automated. That is not what I'm referring to, but templates, things, processes, systems that can either be done without you, or it can be done practically with only the click of a button, or with you giving permission to the system to send something out. And so whether, like I said, you're a solo agent, a team leader, whether you're on a team, between now and the first weekend, second weekend of January, I would invite you to go through an exercise, and this is an exercise that I myself will be going through over the next couple of days, even though there are processes in place that we've already implemented to building out automations within our company. An exercise that I would invite you to do is to go through your business and really audit it from every single part of the home buying and selling process, every part of the experience that your client is a part of, and even that your client isn't a part of. You should be looking at every single facet of your business and asking yourself, is there a way for me to automate this process? Is there a way for me to incorporate automation into this process to make it less time consuming? There are many of you who are watching this video that don't even have an assistant right now. And automation can be your first assistant. It can be that first step to freeing up some of the time that you're used to spending doing mundane, very low dollar an hour work, and instead using that time, investing it in higher skill level work, higher dollar producing activities that actually require human input. And so over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it shouldn't take all day. This is a couple hours where you're just listing out every single process and thinking which of these processes, what can I automate in my business? It might be one thing, it might be a couple of things, but whatever it is, make a list, itemize the list, and rank it from most impactful to least impactful. What automation is going to make the most amount of impact in your business, and then do it. Last thought on this subject is, as I alluded to before, not everything is going to be 100% automated. And there is actually another theme, another topic that has been heavily discussed at a lot of these conferences, and that is the topic of virtual assistants, international teams, as we like to call them at SSV. So our international team, right now we have two and a half virtual assistants now that work for us full time, 40 hours a week. So you add that, that's 100 hours a week of virtual assistants that are currently working for us at a fraction of the cost of what it costs to hire somebody here in the United States. And they're happy, they love what they make, and we're happy. We love the work that they do. And part of automation is also understanding what can be outsourced virtually to someone who isn't necessarily here in the United States that can do work for you, that can do tasks for you. Examples of this are setting up our weekly email marketing campaigns, running out tasks and automations, not true automations, but automations that need clicking. I mean, send text, send text, send text, send text. That also is done by our virtual assistants, not by anybody sitting here at the States, and least of all, our agents. You see, my job as a team leader is to figure out how to make my agents' jobs easier. We all know how difficult it is to sell homes in this market. So my job as a team leader is to audit every single facet of their job and figure out how can I make my agents' jobs lives easier. And anyone watching this video, your job is to do you should be doing the exact same thing except for your role. How can I make my job easier? How can I make automations? How can I use automations to make my job easier? Templates. How can I use templates to make my job easier? And lastly, where could I use help from overseas where I don't need somebody who is sitting here necessarily to run out this task? Where are some pockets of opportunity in my business for me to outsource that so that I can become a true automated agent, an agent of the future, not of the past, because the agents of the past did it all. But I got news for you, my friends. If you want to be an agent of the future, you have to know how to delegate. This is Danny Gould, everyone. Selling Silicon Valley. Stay legendary, everybody.